to the HAMSI Analytics Daily Market Commentary. I'm Pablo Navarro. Today is Wednesday, November 7, 2012. For the market internals, the New York Stock Exchange advanced decline differential closed at negative 1,894. Nasdaq advanced decline differential closed at negative 1,753. We had 7 new 52-week highs for the S&P 500 and 10 new 52-week lows for the S&P 500. Very weak market internals here overall. For the volatility, 340,000 contracts traded on the VIX today, with 45 million in total premiums paid. For the dollar-weighted put-call ratio in November, we saw a 0.74 reading, which is neutral, with 49% of the total premiums paid. And in December, a 1.14, which is neutral, with 23% of the total premiums paid. Here we have the daily chart for SPX. As you can see here, we have a horrible day, down 33.86 handles or 2.37 for today, and we did not finish at the lows of the day here. Yesterday we talked about some bullish momentum here, but failing at 0.6, which was not positive, and we talked about the election also was going to be the key driver. Well, we now know what happened. Also, Europe on the lines again. We have this huge down bar here, and it's looking like we're going to come and test this 200-day moving average. So that's going to be the level to watch here, the 200-day moving average on the daily chart. We are probably going to test that level, and it's going to be very important to hold. So that's what we're looking. It's also the confluence with negative 3 sigma on the daily chart, which is an important level on the short term here, that it would say that we are slightly oversold here on the short term. So this is the number we're looking at, 1376. That's the number to look here on SPX. If we go to our weekly support, pivot, and resistance, here we have it. We almost touched number 2, support number 2, and you can see it. We touched it intraday, but did not close there. We are now looking for 1373, which is also in line with the 200-day moving average and the negative 3 sigma we just talked about on the daily chart. So that's going to be the target here. Going to the moving averages chart here, you can see this huge red bar. We broke the 100-day moving average and closed below it, and now we're looking for this 1380 as the next target on the downside, which is the 200-day moving average. Important action here, we broke this consolidation period here and closed below the 100-day moving average, which is clearly a bearish signal. We are now looking to hold the 1380 level, which is the 200-day moving average. That's going to be our target. On the upside, we're looking at some resistance at 1402, which is the 100-day moving average. And every pop-up here, which should be sold to the target of 1380. That's what I'm looking here on the chart for the daily. Let's go to SPY. And here we have the daily chart for SPY. We also closed below the 100-day moving average. I'm looking for 138.23. That's going to be my downside target. And I'm looking to get shorter at the 100-day moving average. Every failure here, 140, 140.43 till 138. That's going to be the trade here until we get some bullish momentum up there. So from now, I'm looking for lower prices on SPY. We go to the Qs. Here we have the daily chart for the Qs, the Nasdaq ETF. We clearly broke 200-day moving average. We were talking about it, that it was probably not going to hold, and any 100-day moving average test should be sold to these levels. So now we're below it, and we're still looking for the 62 target, and then 60 that we had. Looking good here for the short term on the bearish side until lower prices. That's what I'm seeing here on the Nasdaq ETF. We now have some resistance at 65.32, which is the 200-day moving average. Going to the Russell 2000 ETF, here we have the risk on, risk off ETF. Huge down day today, down 2.78%, and we broke the 200-day moving average and closed below it. This is the first time that happens since around this levels, August. So it's clearly important pattern we have here. We have also, as you can see, lower highs and also lower lows. So we're looking here, we made last high here and we're looking for 76, 75-ish. That's the target here. Go lower from here on IWM, and the support would be, and the resistance would be at the 200-day moving average, 80.60. That's gonna be the target here, and our bearish sentiment on the IWM chart. Let's go to GLD. Here we have gold. Gold was also interesting move today. You could see we opened lower, a lot lower today, and we basically turned around, which was pretty important and significant. You can see here we had this drop almost to the 200-day moving average and started to bounce. Today it looked like we were going to go back and maybe test it, but we just came up higher, and it's looking interesting. We are at these previous highs. We want to break and continue to go higher and break this 67.38 level, which is the 20-day moving average, and then break the 55-day moving average at 168.25. So we're going to want to continue to go higher here, break these two moving averages, maybe consolidate around this period for some time, and then take a breakout here. We want to break higher from here to above the higher lows, higher highs. And that's what we're looking at here, higher prices here on GLD from here on. But we want to break the 50 and 20-day moving average on the upside, which has been some resistance lately. This 50-day or blue line has been some resistance, as you can see it here. But interesting reversal we had today. For SLD, pretty much the same here. We were down as much as 2.8% for the day, and we finished only 0.7%, which is fairly good reversal here. You can see it bouncing up the 200-day moving average. We have pretty much the same pattern, but we still have this downward trend line. We want to break to the upside and close around 31.50. The week would be good, and if we were able to close above this blue line, above 32 would be pretty bullish here. Maybe looking for a retest of this 34 level. That's what we're seeing here on the precious metals, as for gold and silver. Now let's go for the VIX, and let's look at our Sigma channels chart. Today the VIX was all 8% higher for the day. We talked about being in here, the 200-day moving average, up, down, up, down, up, down. And we wanted a big move to the 21 level. Well, here we're starting our move here, 8% up today at 19 right now. Pretty good level here on the VIX. Looking for higher prices, maybe 21. It's going to be the target on the upside for the VIX. We want to see definitely a spike in volatility coming in, maybe to mark a period low for equities on a swing trade here. So we want to see 21, 22, even 24 on the VIX. Maybe a spike up here pretty fast, and then just start selling some premium to come down after that. So that's the plan here on the VIX. We still want to see higher prices on the VIX. We have a special offer by TradeStation. Get your Hemsing Analytics proprietary indicators paid by TradeStation. Contact Active Traders office in Chicago, Peter Albino, at the number listed below. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.